In the headlines, gunmen bomb police station, INEC office in Anambra. Supreme Court fixes February 6 for judgment in Yobe North senatorial dispute. NSCDC arrest 19 in connection with oil bunkering and economic sabotage in Kano. And on the foreign scene, Somalia hosts regional summit to discuss fighting Al-Shabaab. Hello and welcome to Trash TV News Update. I am Nten Epang. And on the news in full, gunmen in the early hours of Wednesday killed a 16-year-old boy when they attacked a police station and residential buildings in Nobi, Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. The gunmen also reportedly inflicted gun wounds on a 15-year-old girl. They were also said to have bombed the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC office in Ojoto in the same local government area. A source said the hoodlums bombed the commission's headquarters in the area using an improvised explosive device, IED. The State Police Command spokesperson Tochukwu Ikenga said the attack occurred at about 1:45 a.m. on Wednesday, adding that the attackers came in large number in 4 Toyota Sienna vehicles. He said in a statement that the command has made heavy deployment of security personnel around the state to forestall further attacks in other places. And troops of the Multinational Joint Task Force, the MNJTF, have killed dozens of terrorists and captured more than 40 in recent operations in the Lake Chad Basin. The Chief of Military Public Information for the MNJTF, Lieutenant Colonel Kamarudin Adegoke, made this known in a statement on Wednesday in N'Djamena, Chad. Adegoke said in Sector 1 in Cameroon, the troops conducted ambush operations on January 22nd and 23rd in the general area of Kolofata in Kirawa and captured one terrorist alive while also recovering significant quantity of assorted foodstuff. In Sector 2 in Chad, he said the troops had dominated the maritime domain and denied the terrorists freedom of operation. Adegoke also said troops of Sector 3 in Nigeria had on January 18 and January 23 intercepted the Boko Haram logistics supplier in Baga in possession of motorcycle spare parts. According to him, the well-conducted Special Forces operation led to the destruction of terrorist camp, neutralization of over a dozen terrorists, destruction of their equipment, and capture of 2 high-value target criminals. The Northwest Regional Command of MANOWAR Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to assist in containing the security challenges bedeviling the Northwest region of Nigeria. This is part of the resolutions of the organization at the end of a 5-day training for its members on citizenship and leadership in Katsina State. Abdullahi Yamadi has the details. We'll bring you that story in our subsequent bulletins, or probably in the live of this bulletin if it is ready. And moving on now, the Supreme Court has fixed February 6 for judgment in the long-drawn legal battle over the authenticity of the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC for Yobe North Senatorial District. Entangled in the legal battle for the senatorial tickets are the incumbent Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Bashir Sharif Machina. The Apex Court fixed the judgment date after taking arguments from counsels for the All Progressives Congress APC and Bashir Sharif Machina. Justice Santos Chimangweze, who presided over a 5-man panel of justices of the court, fixed the date on Wednesday. The APC, which is rooting for Senate President Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan as its senatorial candidate, filed the appeal against the judgment of the Federal High Court and Court of Appeal, which held Bashir Sharif as the party's candidate. Sarafa Yusuf, counsel to Bashir, asked the Apex Court to dismiss the APC's appeal for being frivolous and baseless. The presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has advised Nigerians to vote for candidates with capacity and the requisite knowledge to reposition the nation on the path to prosperity. The former Kano State governor spoke in Ibadan at the Stakeholders Forum, where he also kicked against politics of ethnicity, religion, and diversionary tendencies. Kwankwaso, who was honoring the invite of the organizers of the Southwest Development Stakeholders Forum for presidential candidates, seized the opportunity to reel out his agenda for the Nigerian masses of Southwest extraction. The NNPP presidential candidate, who promised to address critical sectors of the nation, vowed to replicate his achievements as governor of Kano State at the center if given the opportunity to serve.
So we are going to handle the issue of security with the support of the military and other security agents in this country. So also education. I mentioned what we have done in Kano, and that's exactly what we want to do with a lot of improvements based on our practical experiences. And the biggest problem leaders are having is that they always stay in their comfort zone. And that's why when we say the roads are bad, you say, oh, they are hopeless. When we say the economy is very bad, they will call us all sorts of names.
The Southwest. The Southwest gives Nigeria over 50% of its GDP. Twice. Whoever wants to be our president will talk to us. And that is why we are brought you here, so that you can talk to the people of the Southwest. As our secretary has said, this is from our purpose. The association does not belong to any political party. We are not sponsoring anyone, and we are not here to humiliate anyone.
Under a country called Nigeria. But what we try to do is to ensure that we say, oh, united country, so everything must be uniform. And unity and uniformity are totally different things. I will say it again that the needs of that man in Cardinal State at times might be different from the needs of that man in Ebonyi State. Their needs might be different, but it does not mean that we are not united.
The African Democratic Congress, Abia State, on Tuesday suspended its governorship candidate in the forthcoming election, Bishop Sunday Onwoha, and 3 other candidates. This was as the party stated its readiness to endorse a governorship candidate of another political party in the state. Addressing newsmen after a meeting of the State Working Committee, the Abia's ADC chairman, Norman Obinna, said other suspended officials of the party are Abraham Godson, candidate for Abia Central Senatorial District, Ike Nwoke, the Umuahia Central State Constituency candidate, and Ward Mr. Osita Ofo. Obinna said the Methodist Church cleric Sunday Onwoha was suspended for breaching Article 22 of the party's constitution by being involved in acts and conduct that have brought the party into hatred, disrepute, and public ridicule, as well as engaging in unauthorized publicity of the party's dispute and the fractionalization and creation of parallel party organs. The party, he said, further resolved that it will no longer tolerate the excesses of Onoa. The party chieftain said while Godson was suspended for openly adopting the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and disparaging the ADC party's presidential candidate on a state radio station, Nwoke deceived the party when he failed to disclose to the party that he had previously obtained nomination from under the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and participated in the PDP primaries and failed. Violence and political thuggery, especially involving youth during and after elections, have been a common phenomenon since the return of democracy in Nigeria. These and other issues were on the front burner of discussions during a one-day dialogue organized by the National Orientation Agency, NOA, in collaboration with development partners. Noel Sampson has more.
With only 24 days to the nation's 2023 general elections, stakeholders are determined to foster smooth and peaceful elections that will usher in credible leaders. It is against this backdrop that NOA, in collaboration with development partners, organized a dialogue with the theme Nigeria's 2023 elections, fostering youth action for peace in a bid to sensitize the youth against electoral violence.
So yes, there are needs for youth to embrace peace and see how to ensure that the election is free. Understand? So we don't need to engage in violence, and we just need to do as much as possible to make sure that the election is peaceful.
We also know how they have most youth, especially in like local communities, have been engaged in thuggery and electoral violence and all of that. And so this program is really to portray the need for youths, to be more educated.
I've learned that peace is the way forward if we really want to have a credible and a violence-free election. Yeah, that's what I learned.
The youth should, as much as possible, remain steadfast, remain vigilant, know that at the end of the day, no one will be a winner when this election is not conducted in the way and manner that we have all been prepared for it.
Create awareness, especially to the youths, to be able to understand and to know what they are supposed to do. Election is coming. They should not allow themselves to be used by some other people in the wrong way.
According to the new released registered voters list by INEC, youths have largest percentage of registered voters. Therefore, stakeholders called on them to stir off violence, but instead channel their energy in exercising their franchise to enthrone a promising administration. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, has arrested 19 persons in connection with oil bunkering and economic sabotage in Kano State. Leading newsmen to the sites where the suspected illegal activities take place, the commandant of the Corps in the state, Adamu Idris, said 3 illegal dam sites have been sealed off. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin was at the sites of the suspected economic sabotage and our reports.
For quite some time now, residents in Hotoro area of Kano metropolis seems to have been living on what appears to be a time bomb without knowing.
They have succeeded in discovering 3 illegal oil dumps, which is hazardous to the community.
According to NSCDC, these trucks contain thousands of liters of AGO and premium motor spirit, which are being hoarded here, and which is now part of what is creating an artificial scarcity of the product.
These illegal oil dumps are discovered in 3 areas located at Hotoro quarters. One of the areas is Hotoro Samir Mashaya, where a illegal oil dump is discovered by the Special Intelligence Courts.
The NSCDC has also uncovered another 10 trucks of PMS and AGO, small vans, calibrated rubber containers and drums, and 30 other exhibits across 3 major illegal oil dump sites in Kano.
A lot of exhibits were discovered, ranging from the oil dump itself, other trucks laden with fuel, and more importantly, the suspects. 19 suspects were apprehended, and right now they are in our custody, which will be investigated and be prosecuted.
Although several other suspects are being trailed by operatives of the Corps, the NSCDC is advising members of the public to report any suspicious activities to avoid incidences of fire outbreak and other related economic crimes across the state. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up after the break. How new naira scarcity is taking a toll on business owners. Please stay with us. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Media Trust Group, in collaboration with the Center for Democracy and Development, presents the 2023 Kano gubernatorial debate, featuring candidates of 4 major political parties: Nasir Yusuf Gawuna of the APC, Bashir Ishaq Bashir of the Labour Party, Abba Kabir Yusuf of the NMPP, and Muhammad Abacha of the PDP. Date: Saturday, 4th February 2023. Time: 10 a.m. Venue: Bayer University Kano New Site. The event is strictly by invitation and no political supporters are expected at the venue.
I will be there.
I will be there.
I will be there.
Media partners: Express Radio 90.3 FM, Nasara Radio 98.5 FM, Freedom Radio, and ARTV Kano. The debate will be broadcast live on Trust TV and other channels across the country.
Now, as part of efforts to support Africa's goal of strengthening...
Now, looking at the activity chart, as you can see right here, a total volume of 130...
Created a Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secure are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Already, if you look at English squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Trust TV News Update, a recap of our top stories. Gunmen bomb police station, INEC office in Anambra. And Supreme Court fixes February 6 for judgment in Yobe North senatorial dispute. And to other stories now, Abdullah Hirama, the chairman of Ungongo local government area of Kano State, where diphtheria outbreak killed several people, said the spread of the disease has been arrested. Now, speaking exclusively to Trust TV, Ramat says he has mobilized resources to ensure that the death toll is reduced to the nearest minimum. He confirmed that several people have died in the local government and many others are still receiving treatment, while asking the state government to intensify efforts towards bringing the situation under control.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Engineer Dr. Abdullahi Gabramat. I am the elected chairman of Ungogo local government. First of all, the effort or our contribution to the containing of diphtheria in Ungogo local government, when I heard about the outbreak from one of our ward, that is Tidem Fulani and one Al-Harini, I called for an emergency meeting with HOD Health and all the in charge of the hospitals around Ungogo local government, and we swung into action by providing all necessary material, logistic, and including medicine and facilities for for our health workers, which we swung into action, and that has helped us a lot in reducing the number of casualties we have recorded in Ungogo local government. And we also notify the state health department, which they also contributed a lot to us by providing the same medications and some of the professionals, who are trained in curtailing or containing the spread of an outbreak. So in short, this is our effort, and alhamdulillah, for now, we have recorded a lot of successes because all the case of death now has been stopped. We spent almost 7 days or 10 without recording any death casualty from.
Now, scarcity of new Naira notes is taking its toll on Nigerians as point of sales POS operators hiked charges to cope with the situation. Now, although the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has extended circulation of old Naira notes till February 10, Kabir Lawan reports that there are disturbing queues at banks' automated teller machines, ATMs. The report.
The Central Bank of Nigeria introduced swap program to make the new notes available but the scarcity has not abated. Point-of-sale operators in Abuja expressed displeasure over the scarcity, saying difficulty in getting the new Naira note is the reason they charge higher.
It really affects my business, even some other bills payments, like maybe when we go to a hospital to maybe pay for a treatment and maybe they said it's more than 100,000 naira.
The queue is unbearable, and even the ATM machine itself is not now dispensing, and we have a lot of people waiting to get cash. And the funny thing there is now that even your ATM card has a limited amount.
I feel very bad because I've been going from ATM to ATM. As you can see, I'm from Zone 4 down to this same market here now, and I haven't seen money and there's no way for me to withdraw. So it's a very, very terrible something for me in particular. I don't know about other person, but I know other people are passing the same thing I'm passing through.
Small business owners are also affected by the scarcity, as many complain that non-availability of the new note is hampering their businesses.
We all know the state of currency right now in Nigeria now is affecting business, and not really market aren't going fine because of the difficulty in getting the new currency.
There is a little bit increment though in the pricing, you understand, but we will continue, we will buy, you understand, but if they add money, we will still buy.
Nigerians called on government to find a lasting solution to the problem to cushion the effect of suffering on those using the ATM machines.
If they are making a new currency, they should make it available, and maybe available nationwide and easily to get, because I can see people getting it at the ATM is causing a lot of difficulty to people. Actually, I watched a video yesterday where people were fighting at the ATM machine.
If they have to print more of this money on time, because money is what we need, is what we use as for exchange, day-to-day exchange.
This policy is killing the small business owners now. Like those people are doing POS business, they can't even actually withdraw. There's no money for them to withdraw. There's no place for them to withdraw. Assuming that there's money for them, we won't be queuing on the ATM here.
Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria has assured Nigerians that no one will lose money after the extended deadline. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Well, away from that biting issue, Nigeria's farmers engaged in growing sesame, ginger, and hibiscus should brace up for more production as the cash crops top the nation's oil export at the global market. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Adeni Adebayo made the remarks while fielding questions at the ongoing PMB's scorecard series anchored by the Ministry of Information and Culture. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
The minister observed that the present administration economic policies are making positive impact, with Nigeria's gross domestic product GDP now ranked third globally. He says while the nation struggles to add value to local produce highly sought after at the global market, crops such as sesame, ginger, hibiscus and urea are currently boosting profits from Nigeria's non-oil sector.
We've gone into partnership into an agreement with the African Development Bank, which is funding various states with regard to setting up special agro-processing zones on a large scale. And as a ministry, we have embarked on setting up small and medium-scale processing zones in the various towns and villages with a view to harnessing the produce that cannot get to the market. We put them, they take them to the processing centers, they are processed and then stored for export.
Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed warns purveyors of fake news and disinformation in the social media space to stop, or government will go after them as their activities pose a threat to the forthcoming elections.
With about 3 weeks to the presidential and national assembly elections on February 25th, I can say unequivocally that there has been a worrisome and astronomical increase in the use of fake news and disinformation, making this a clear and present danger to the success of the elections. This increase is undoubtedly the work of some destabilizing agents, some of them linked to the opposition. They are churning out fake news and disinformation on an industrial scale. Their sole aim is to destabilize the electoral process and put the nation into crisis.
There has been increased spread of fake news and disinformation in the social media few weeks to the commencement of elections in the country. A situation the government says has assumed an industrial dimension. Shapil Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
On the foreign scene, Somalia is hosting a summit of leaders from several neighboring countries in the Horn of Africa to discuss the fight against Al-Shabaab as a wide-ranging offensive against the armed group gathers pace. The meeting in the capital Mogadishu drew leaders from 3 brotherly neighboring countries. The Somalian presidency said, posting pictures of the arrival of Kenya's William Ruto, Djibouti's Ismail Omar Guelleh, and Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Somali leader Hassan Sheikh Mohammed and his counterparts are due to discuss a coordinated military offensive against the Al-Qaeda-linked group, which has been waging a fight in the Horn of the African nation for more than 15 years. Security was beefed up in the city with movement restrictions and military patrols, while commercial flights have also been suspended. The armed group earlier this month claimed responsibility for the deadly bombing and storming of a government building in Mogadishu that injured 16 people. 6 members of the group were killed by security forces. And with that story, we have come to the end of News Update on Trust Television this hour. Do remember that you can link up with us across all our social media platforms for more. I am Nten Epang. Many thanks for watching. Bye-bye.